Hello everyone, welcome back to my main channel. Now, as you can see in the background, look at that. Suitcases, luggage everywhere, and me, I'm not looking the best because I'm literally moving country tomorrow. I'm moving to the land of no taxes. This video is for people who they might not be conventionally attractive. Hey, there is hope for you, okay? And it doesn't always mean you need to improve your physical appearance. By the way, I am a psychology student, and a lot of this we learnt in psychology, and also through my data collection process, I have definitely confirmed this to be true. So this video is going to teach you how to become more attractive to quite literally everyone. See, attraction is not always based on appearance. In fact, someone can be beautiful. They have no charisma, they have no personality, they have no ambition, they don't carry themselves well, and they are going to be significantly less attractive than someone who is perhaps not conventionally attractive, yet they possess all those traits. So this video is going to help you build up those traits to make you more appealing to everyone. I also just want to add, I'm using everyone in the title mainly for clickbait, like straight up, because you are not going to be attractive to everyone. I mean, Adriana Lima, Monica Bellucci, Megan Fox, arguably some of the most beautiful women on the planet, you still get guys calling them mid. And yes, it can be because they're bitter, they're sour, incels, whatever, but it also could just be because you are not for everyone. Everyone has completely different tastes. So beauty is subjective, and personality and other traits are also subjective. For some person, you may be too much. For another person, you are not enough and they cannot get enough of you. Number one, we've talked about this in my psychology videos, but wear red. Red just somehow makes someone more attractive. Here's the study for that. Additionally, guys, don't be too smiley or too goofy. And I know I'm telling you to change your personality a little bit, but hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. I'm just telling you the facts here. Girls are more attractive to men who don't smile as much. Conversely, men are more attracted to women who smile more. So it's the polar opposite. I know this to be so true because there is this guy and I found him like somewhat attractive, but this man was such a goofball that I just was like, it prevented me from being 100% attractive to him, because all the time, because he smiled and was goofing off to the point where like he just didn't know when to be serious, and that was so unattractive to me. Like, hi, if I'm threatened, are you gonna be goofing off in the corner, not even noticing that I'm being attacked? I'm joking, but that's like the biological explanation for it. Like, women, we don't really feel safe. While a woman being like lighthearted and smiling and giggling, it shows her to be like more feminine. So yeah, don't hate the player, hate the game. I'm just telling you the facts right there, ladies and genitals. Additionally, you can work on your vocal tone. So men, deeper voices are more attractive, and women, higher pitched voices are more attractive. Likewise for both genders, having a very consistent and slow pace is shown to be attractive. Do not talk negatively about yourself. It is one of the most unattractive things people can do. Number one, you're fishing for compliments. People know when you're fishing for compliments. Not a good look. Learn to self-validate. In fact, I just released a video in SSS on self-validation last week. Two, it just makes you look like you're not confident, and people who are confident are more attractive. I'm not showing you how to be confident in this video. We've got other videos on that. If you're like with a girl, for example, like, you know, I'm such a nice guy, no one likes me. Do you really think that's gonna make a girl like you? In fact, she'll probably go, oh, if other girls don't like you, why should I like you? People are attracted to those who are confident, because subconsciously as well, we hope that by being in close proximity to you, we will become more like you if you are confident. And these people, they just have this aura around them that you want to be around. It's very positive, it's endearing. There's something called the cheerleader effect, and it's basically where if people are in a group, they're seen to be more attractive, even if each individual friend is not that attractive. But just being in a group alone will help perceive you as being more attractive. Developing your emotional EQ and becoming good at psychology is so important. It cannot be overlooked. People who lack self-awareness, they're less attractive, especially if you're trying to become friends with someone or bag someone who is very intelligent. They can see right through you. They're gonna see things that you probably don't even see. So if you can't see that, you lack that self-awareness, guess what? you're unattractive. I have videos on how to develop this yourself, but a great start is actually therapy, because therapy helps you identify the traits you need to work on, number one. Number two, you then have professional support to be able to work through it with someone. So thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy network with over 30,000 licensed therapists ready to help you with whatever you need. All you need to do is sign up to BetterHelp and fill out a questionnaire, and they will match you with the perfect therapist, usually within 48 hours. And once you are matched, you can either schedule a video call, phone call, text, whenever you want and wherever you are. It is super convenient, and this is something you wouldn't be able to do if you were going to a normal therapist. Additionally, they do have financial aid if you can't afford it. And because therapy is like dating, you might need to go through a couple before you find the right match. BetterHelp will change your therapist free of charge. If you go to a normal therapist, you gotta go to the doctor, get a new referral, pay. It's an expensive and tedious process. BetterHelp is quick and it's free to change. So join over 4 million people who are taking charge of their mental health and their lives today. People spend hours at the gym. Why don't you start spending hours on your mind? Arguably, that's an even higher ROI. So go to my link here to get 10% off your first month of BetterHelp. Develop good posture. This is something everyone can work on. Now, don't forget, working on your posture, it doesn't just come from, going like this. You can't just overextend, because then it actually pushes your neck out and you'll develop forward neck over time. Working on your posture, it starts at your hips. So if you have a lumbar lordosis, women, you might have this. It's where you basically like stick your butt out too much. That is actually going to ruin your posture over time. Your body should be stacked, which means your hips are actually flipped inwards, and your butt and your back is straight, and then naturally that brings your shoulders up like this. That's what I learned in my functional patterns course, because growing up I had good posture, but it wasn't stacked functionally where I was like this. I was more so like that, and there's a difference. But yes, you need to work on your glutes and just keeping your body stacked in general. Super recommend functional patterns. If you want someone to find you attractive, have a dog. Yeah, just be around your dog a lot. Second date, hey, let's go walk my dog. Dale Carnegie's rules, the triple C's. Do not criticize, do not condemn, and do not complain. These are traits that will radically make you seem less attractive to everyone in general. I mean, I feel guilty of it all the time. If I complain on social media, you bet I'm gonna lose a bunch of followers, because, oh, why does she think that way? Why does she have a bad mindset? That, and also, people just don't want to be around negativity. You can see that this book is so tarnished because I've just read it so many times. It's absolute Bible if you haven't read it before. And I'm pretty sure the 3 C's are right near the beginning, because that is how important it is. So don't overshare too much, especially early stages in dating or getting to know someone, because so it can go one of two ways. And remember, I'm teaching the rule, not the exception. Now, we've learned about this in psychology. If you overshare too much, especially about personal information, you can actually overwhelm the other person and freak them out. So don't do that. However, the rare bond where we find someone with a similar life story or a similar pain, and then we overshare, that can help bond you further. But you need to really choose when to overshare. For example, if I'm, getting to know someone and I'm not really bonding with them well and they overshare with me, I do get freaked out. Study proven, I will get freaked out. And once I notice that, I kind of stop doing it. I also want to touch on the other videos. I said being attractive is also about just looking healthy, as opposed to being conventionally attractive. You can be conventionally attractive and look like a total slob, okay? And you will not be attractive. They'll look at you and go, oh, they have potential. People are more attractive if you're healthy, okay? If you have red eyes, use eye drops, sleep, okay? If you're not sleeping, you're gonna have a gray skin tone. You're gonna look like you're dying, quite frankly. Go watch my other videos on sleep and why it's important. You need to manage your stress. Stress is going to make you clench your jaw, clench all the other muscles, and literally just ruin your face. I will make an entire other video on charisma, but yes, charisma is what makes you attractive as well. I've observed a lot of people, and I've met so many people just in the nature of my life and my job. But what I will say is, most people do not stand out to me ever. The two people who have stood out in my mind, it is because they were so charismatic. And what made them charismatic? It was simply the fact that they knew how to work a room. They knew how to work a room, they were confident, and they had the people skills to talk to everyone, have a good sense of humor, make jokes, take themselves lightly, but they were also able to alternate between being serious and also very lighthearted. People who are charismatic, they are very good with psychology because you need to know how to read people in order to be charismatic. I actually think charisma is something that's very difficult to teach. In my opinion, you can develop it, but you kind of have it or you don't. And I think it also has a lot to do with your energy, like how receptive are you to other people's energy? Are you able to balance it? Because I don't like how social media talking too much about matching someone's energy. You shouldn't match, you should actually work to balance it. So you want to be whatever is missing in that room. If you're in conversation with someone or you're in a group and you can feel that somebody is shy, you want to invite them into the convo, prompt them, help them. That also makes someone more attractive. Helping other people out. If you're in a date, literally pay your friend to be in need and set up a situation where you have to go help that person who is your friend, but your date doesn't know that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, be a leader. This one is especially true for the men. Men, you are so much less attractive if you are not a leader. I've got just so much data on this. Especially in a world where like dudes are kind of princesses now. You do not need to be conventionally attractive to get the girl. I'm telling you, you need to be a leader. You take action. You make plans. You lead her. Girls, you know that post and it goes, if you ever want to get over your ex, just imagine him in a room with, and it was some men like Obama, George Clooney, like these really top tier men. It was like, imagine him in a room or at a table with these guys. Could he even like be in conversation with them, or would he look like a total clown and just be silent? And I think leader energy is actually really rare. So I think most guys, they would fall into the position where they cannot be at that table. They will be silent at it. They cannot compete. But I have met some guys who are so like strong and stable in their energy that they could absolutely sit at that table even if they were not in such a high position, but they would be able to talk to them and blend in. And that is so attractive. A lot of it has to do with your people skills and your emotional EQ, and that's something you should develop. So the confidence ones, the looks maxing ones. Bye guys.